Yeah, I haven't used that intro in a while. I always thought that intro was so cool. All right, but to get into more serious matters, people continue to wonder why there is at least a certain level of doubt where other particular individuals claim to stand as Christians. Why do I say this? Well, the other day, and I wanted to do a hangout on this the other day, but um, it just completely got by me and I just forgot about it. But the other day, I came across a certain pig. Now, I'm going to screen share this pig and just show you just the nonsense behind this. I think it's quite hilarious and really, really sad at the same time. So I'm going to get my screen share ready to go. Okay, now assuming you all can see this, if you're not able to see it, then I'll post the link in the chat to where you can find it. But assuming you all can see this pic right here was put together by Heavy Holler. And of course, we can tell it's the village people. And it looks like it has G Man, Carlos, Didi, Vecco, True Empiricism, and myself. So, and they actually have some song lyrics to it as well, given this whole recent DMCA situation between True Empiricism and Steve McRae. Instead of saying YMCA, they call it DMCA. And they had some lyrics somewhere that they had on some post on Google Plus, which they may or may have taken those from Tommy Sotomayor because Tommy Sotomayor was the one who came up with the DMCA thing anyway. But I'm not accusing them of taking that from him, but whatever, that's a side issue. But anyway, the point is, there's a reason why those who I tend to associate myself with have a certain level of doubt of where certain so-called Christians stand. I mean, we had a non-believer put this pic together right here, and Jade West basically endorsed this nonsense. I think it's quite hilarious how you got some old guy in his at least late 40s, early 50s, maybe even 60s age range who would be so obsessed to put in the time to put something together like this. What grown man that dang old, especially one of his age, would put in the time to put something together like this? Heavy Hollow, are you serious, dude? You are that obsessed with us and obsessed with other grown men that you would put something together like this? This actually doesn't make us look stupid at all. It actually makes you look really, really foolish. And there was some comments here on this, and you see, Metal Slug's Master. Let's see. Of course, Jade, Harry Alexander, Heavy Holler. Why do we wonder and have certain doubts about where certain people who call themselves Christians stand. It is because of things like this. No matter how much she disagrees with us, there should be no reason she should ever endorse any garbage like this. You've never seen G Man, True Empiricism, Vecco, Carlos, DD, or myself put together anything like this. They tend to associate themselves with. You've never seen us do any of this. This is why I say these people have clearly never left their high school mentality behind. And this is why people are saying all the time, why these people are on here for drama, to learn anything. And for all I know, this could have been some sort of setup to get me to respond. I'm not saying it was a setup before people try to twist that. I know they're gonna mention that, but they could have. This could have been very well some sort of bait put out there for me to even respond to it, and I just took the bait, and there you go. They got something to talk about. But I truly believe that this thing does more to make them look foolish than it is to just mock us. It just goes to show you how there are grown people who are obsessed with others, with other grown people to this degree that they would put together a pic like this and or endorse it. This crap is just absolutely pathetic. I mean, seriously, we're talking about grown people ranging from their 40s to their 60s, like endorsing this crap. Because Jade isn't exactly someone who's in her 30s and 40s. And Heavy Holler clearly isn't a young guy. And you got people in the comments saying, have a sense of humor. So let's check this out. If any of us were to do this, they wouldn't look at it as a sense of humor. It would be twisted immediately. Well, maybe not necessarily twisted, but it would be looked at immediately to say, you got, are those true Christians? You got true Christians or people who call themselves Christians doing something like this. Immediately be looked at. And of course, as I predicted what happened, you got these trolls in the pig. And I mean, not in the pig, but in the chat here, running their mouths, talking stupid. Well, John Smith, you talk about I'm dishonest and I think I can logically argue against abortion. Well, you're welcome to take me on anytime, John Smith. I'll be ready for a one-on-one debate at any time with you, sir. But this is the hypocrisy of these people. You wonder why, Jade, that we continue to have doubts about where you stand as a Christian? That Stuff like that is the reason why. And as far as you're concerned, Heavy Holler, that makes no dang sense. Someone as old as you would even want to do something like this. You are too old to be obsessed with other grown men to put together a pic like this. That is just I don't get it. I don't get it. For you to take time out your day to do something like this, it just goes to show you where your priorities are. This is this is nothing short of pathetic. This is nothing short of pathetic. If I say something about this, then I'm the one who's overreacting. I don't have a sense of humor. But check this out. If I were the one to do something like this, then I would be like, whoa, he says he's a Christian, and then he does something like this. These are the foolish people we're dealing with, folks. They spin it no matter what. They don't for once see it like, okay, well maybe you have a point. Nope. It's not you actually have a point. It's just that they find a way to twist it no matter what. Things which were blatant lies in front of our face, and you have trolls find a way to twist it. Steve McRae told a flat out lie on a live stream, and you had trolls backing him and twisting his lie. He was caught in it. So basically, it doesn't matter whether I have a point or not. If I don't have a point, that's one thing. But if I do, you have trolls that'll try to spin it anyway. There is no reasoning with you people. It really isn't. The whole thing I'm referring to about Steve was there was a hangout a while back, and True Empiricism banned Steve McGray out of his chat, and then he came in under a sock account, and Steve McGray started talking in a third person, pretended to be somebody else, and was mentioning Steve McGray in a third person point of view as if it was someone else mentioning his name. He wasn't, he was trying to make it seem like it wasn't him. He was talking in the third person, like it'll be like me pretending to be someone else in a sock account, and I say something like, Antonio was right about this, talking the whole time. So he talked in the third person to hide the fact that it was actually his sock account. And True had pointed out that he had mentioned that very sock account that Steve used on air. He had got caught in a blatant lie, and then it was twisted by at least one particular individual who I got into. Well, I didn't get into anything, but it was just like a message that was sent to me by Rational Mind, who tried to twist the whole thing, saying, "Well, Steve was just trying to defend himself, and if he would have known if True would have known that it was him, and he wouldn't have been able to comment or something like that. The point is, it doesn't matter whether we're right or not. If we're wrong, cool, whatever. But if we are right, it doesn't matter. You try to twist it. People over on their side will try to twist it and still try to spin it, no matter how clear the evidence is against them, no matter how um, absolutely irrefutable it goes against their case. They'll still try to twist it. But again, we're talking about people like 40 plus years old doing stuff like this. But I guess at this point, I'm just casting pearls before swine. Maybe that's what I'm doing. I think it's hilarious, but at the same time, really, really sad. It doesn't matter where you get these people in clear hypocrisy and clear stupidity and nonsense. There goes their fanboys and others who come to their rescue to spin it. This is why all these trolls are flooding my chat right now. It couldn't be like, well, yeah, maybe you have a point. Maybe she shouldn't have endorsed this. Maybe if she claims to be a Christian, she shouldn't have endorsed this or something like that. Nope. You can't have a point. They don't give an inch because they think if they give an inch that they're actually giving away a mile. That's why more often than not, these people show that they have very, very little integrity, if any at all. I have no problem with them coming in to defend themselves. If you two, Jade and Heavy, you want to come in and defend yourselves, you can send me a message on YouTube and or G Plus, and we can come discuss this like adults. I have no problem with y'all wanting to come defend yourselves. So I made my point quite well. If you guys want to come in here and try to justify this and try to back this, you're more than welcome to. Please do. I hope you do. We need to start being more adult about how we go about our affairs and how we interact with each other here online. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give one or both of you 5 minutes to come in here, and then we can start to discuss this like adults. You can sort of, well, not sort, but you can give some sort of a defense for why you did this. You got 5 minutes. And until then, I'm just going to remain silent right here until you want to show up and send me a message. I give you more than enough time. And no, you won't be overtalked. I can't promise you won't be kicked, but you definitely won't be overtalked. I can promise you that. But 5 minutes. If you want the link heavy, you know how to send me a message. It's not difficult. You can figure it out. Like you said, you're 63 years old. You've been on YouTube quite a bit. You can figure it out. That's actually a good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and add him. If I can find him on my G Plus search, I'll go ahead and add him in here. Okay, I found him. He's added right now. You can come in here at any time, and we can discuss this like men. You got 3 minutes left. I added you in, man. You should have gotten it. You should have gotten the notification on G Plus. You've done this a million times. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and invite somebody else in here. Because apparently, if you can't find it, I added you, man. If you can't find it, or you don't want to come and speak for yourself, then maybe someone else will have to speak for you. There we go. That's more like it.
You're a nice person. I rarely have the apps thing on. I don't really do that much. That's where I found it. Someone said, check the apps. And I said,
Hello.
That's more like it.
Hello.
Yeah, you were
Ivy, can you hear me at all?
staticky there for a second, but you sound great now.
oh, I had the video. Hang on. Oh, shit. The video playing. Not that good at all. Hey, Hannah.
Hey, Heavy, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
I can't
Loud
hear
and
you at all.
clear.
Oh, you muted yourself. There you go. Try now.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, oh, yeah, I hear you.
Yep, I'm getting nada here. Huh. Is it
Well,
just
you
me?
didn't
Maybe
like
I
my
can't hear you.
artistic.
Hold
You didn't
on.
like my artistic endeavor. I thought it turned out real good.
Is it just me? Hold on. All right, say something again.
Hannah.
Testing, testing. Can you hear us?
Nothing.
Uh-oh.
It might be just me. Hold on. Hello? Try now.
Hello.
Yes.
Nothing. Here, let me
I
refresh
sent
it.
her a message to reset. So you do work like this, like Photoshop type stuff?
Well, I'm retired right now, so I got plenty of time to do stuff. But yeah, I use Photoshop, or have used it a good bit, in fact, for quite a few years.
Okay.
I've done photo restoration too. We'll scan an old picture that's, oh gosh, like maybe it's got torn up real bad where the picture might have stuck to the glass.
Yeah.
Try to take a picture out of tears. There was one I did that really turned out good. It was a baby, it's way back in the 30s or something. And about half the face was missing. I reconstructed the other side of the face. So it don't take me all that long to do stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wait for Hannah to drop back in. Well, actually, you know what? Forget that. Squash that. I'm just wondering, what was your whole motivation behind this?
Well, Jade suggested it, and I said that might look pretty good. So,
You're choppy, man. Could you like change your bandwidth or reset or something?
did that make any difference?
Oh yeah, that's a lot better.
Well, my voice comes across odd on these things. Excuse me, odd on these things.
Like I said, what was your whole motivation behind making this pick?
Well, Jade suggested it, and I thought it'd be pretty funny to do that. It turned out pretty good. I like that.
So another person who calls herself a Christian suggested this.
She doesn't call herself Christian. She is a Christian. I mean, I may be an atheist, but I've been around Jade a long time, and I've listened to her talk, and she has shared her testimony, you could say. She has witnesses. She's like Fiona. Well, I have immense respect for both of them ladies. I really do. Even if they are Catholic or whatever. I really do. They're very honest and they're very forthcoming about things.
Well, we can debate that.
Well, that's another conversation.
Yeah, but
excuse me.
My thing is this: if you want to settle things, that I have no problem talking with people like adults. You are a grown man, and you fed into this suggestion from her to do this. For what reason?
It was fun. Do you ever just cut loose and do something stupid sometimes just for the fun of it?
Yeah, but
Or you just all
typically,
straight laced and taking life so serious and all this, and it's got to be this way, and other people around me, they got to be a certain way, or they can't be around me and all this stuff. You know,
yeah, but
I'm 63 years old. I've already had one heart attack, and I look at life like, you know, I should have died a couple of years ago. Well, even long before that, but certain things I'm not going to go into.
mm-hmm.
So you're not promised anything. So you may as well try not take life so seriously, and sometimes just do some stupid stuff just for the fun of it.
That's
And I
cool.
enjoyed doing that picture. It was fun.
That's cool, but
Turned out really
I
nice.
typically don't do stuff like that at other people's expense.
How much expense did that cause you? How hurt were you by that? If I had put your face on the front of a power bottom with some big hulky man behind you screwing you, now then I could see you have a problem. You would have every right to call me out. But I didn't. I don't do things like that. This other thing, it was harmless. It was funny. And y'all just get so bent out of shape about stuff.
Can you guys hear me now?
Hey, Hannah.
Yeah, can you hear us?
There we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect now.
we heard you fine, but you couldn't hear us.
Oh, that's weird. I got to fix that.
Yeah.
That's something on the PC. Oh, anyway, go continue. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Here's the problem, Heavy. If any of us would have done something like this, it wouldn't have been looked at as a joke. It would have been looked at. It would have been looked at. Oh, are you gonna let me finish?
No, I'm going to interrupt you. Go ahead. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, it would have been looked at as, or you call yourselves Christians or true Christians or whatever, and you doing this with another Christian. If I had done that and revealed to everyone that I did something like this with Fiona or Jade, it would have easily been looked at as he's supposed to be a Christian and he's doing this to another Christian. How dare he do this and blah, blah, blah. That's exactly what would have happened. Let's not pretend like it wouldn't have been said that way.
Can I interject something really quick?
Oh,
Sure.
go ahead.
Well, the thing is, the only thing that we're ever attacking you guys on are the issues with the dishonesty. I mean, that's anything that we've been railing on for a while, and that's
Like
a different.
what?
I was about to say that's a different topic, so I don't want to go into that. But this what Heavy Holler and Jade and everybody else is doing, we expect that. It's the great debate community, but we don't take ourselves so seriously. Like, hell, I've made fun of Heavy Holler how many times? I've made fun of Cliff. I've made fun of Jade, Fiona. Oh, God, Steve has gotten the worst from me. And we do it to each other. And, of course, we don't mind if you guys make fun of us, too. Like, listen, the Butthurt Clan, you know how many times we made jokes about it being like a hemorrhoid joke? Like, it's just stupid. It's just, like, something to laugh at, something to keep the mood light. Because we don't at least we try not to take ourselves seriously. I can't speak about Steve or anybody else, but you know, especially Heavy Holler, Jade, myself, we don't take ourselves too seriously. We want to make a few jokes. If we want to make a few jokes between us, it's all lighthearted and in a good place. We didn't like replace your faces with butt cheeks or something. You know, we just stupid, lighthearted humor.
Oh, you just replaced our faces with gay guys.
That was a good movie. I gotta admit, it's a good movie. Just it's
I have a question.
yeah.
What's up?
You think I'm a Christian?
No, I never said you were. I never thought you were.
That's what it sounded like when you was talking about, you know, here's these Christians working on it. Oh, wait a minute. I may have misunderstood. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I heard at some point, I think you said you were an atheist, so I knew that.
Yeah. I used to be a Christian years ago.
Oh, by the way, why am I banned from your live chat? What did I say?
Well, somebody else probably banned you. I can unban you at any time. That's nothing.
Oh, yeah, because I was asking for the link, and I guess that in the live chat, and I guess it wasn't showing up.
Yeah, I get picked on unmercifully sometimes. Steve does it, Hannah does it, Fiona, Jade, Red's rhetoric. Oh gosh, y'all hear how he talks to me sometimes, and I get all warm and fuzzy inside when he does it. So.
I guarantee it wouldn't have been looked at as just some light joke if I or anyone else who I tend to associate myself had done this. I guarantee it. Let's not be dishonest and pretend otherwise.
Well,
It's
why don't
not
y'all
being
do
dishonest at all. Yeah, go for it. You guys call us the Butthurt Clan, and we made fun of ourselves for it. Like,
So
who cares? It's not a big deal.
So check this out.
Mhm.
If I were to put together some sort of troll account like DGH does, Dawkins or Darwin's, whatever that D
Darwin's
stands
Greatest
for,
Hits.
greatest, yes. And at some point, I were to reveal my identity, saying that you wouldn't, that they wouldn't blow this up and be like, "Are you serious?"
Wait, blow it up? Like how? What do you mean?
Like
If you made a sock?
if I did the exact sort of things that DGH does on their channel, because I think one or more than one person runs it. If I did that same, if it was found out that I did that same thing with a sock account, I'd never hear the end of it.
I mean, to be fair, with Darwin's Greatest Hits, he's half trolling, half putting out very informative videos. I mean, he addresses certain fallacious arguments made by DD in a comical way. Other times they're more pointed and direct refutations of certain arguments. His the Walking Dead video. Javi Holler, did you see that one?
So you're excusing the trolling.
Oh no, I'm not excusing it at all. I'm just saying it's a mixture of what it is you're talking about. If you're saying that you're going to go in with a straight troll account, go for it. You know, go right ahead. I'll give you ammunition if you like. PM me sometime. I can give you whatever you'd like. But if you're trying to do like a half-seas, like Darwin's Greatest Hits, then I can help you with that too. I don't mind pitching in.
See, a lot of times what we get back from y'all is we're falsely accused of things. We're lied about. There's no humor there. This is
a different story.
Y'all tell us we don't know what we're talking about. We're going to burn and rot in hell, and all this stuff. You know, and the biggest thing is, like Hannah said, the lying, and I would say, well, what do you call it? False witness or something? People have been accused of sleeping with each other, being homophobes. That's not funny.
Well, I don't
not homophobes, but pedophiles. See, this is what
that one.
This is what we get from you so-called Christians or fundies. You're not. I don't lump you in with the other main Christians that are out there. There are a lot of good Christians out there. I used to know a lot of them when I was in church. They're really good, decent people. They will give you the shirt off their back and the food off their plate. But see, all we get from y'all is this one I just already went through. I won't start repeating myself.
Now, I'm not speaking for everyone else, but as far as I'm concerned, what have I lied about regarding you?
Well, see, we don't know each other. We don't know each other that well, so I don't know. See, no one said anything to me because see, I'm nobody in the community. I'm not a target. I'm not like Steve McRae or even.
But he is cute.
You know, I'm just a little nobody. So I'm not worth picking on or anything. But these other people, like Fiona and Hannah and Steve and Red.
People pick on me? What? When is this happening?
Well, no, I mean you're more out in the community than I am.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
The others can speak.
This is what we hear coming from y'all towards people in our community.
The others can speak for themselves. But if you're going to include me in that mix, if you're going to include me in that mix, you better present some evidence.
Wait, evidence? I'm getting lost. Evidence for what exactly?
Present some evidence on my part of just lying about people.
I said y'all. I didn't say you specifically. When I said y'all, I'm talking about this group of people that we interact on here that like we call the clown car posse and stuff like that.
Which would be me in that mix.
Okay. Guilt by association, and call it what you want to. We're doing semantics right here.
No, this is not guilt by association. This isn't anything new. I'm typically associated, and then I joke about that too, in humor. I'm typically associated with the clown car posse. Did you not know that?
Oh no, we knew. But the thing is that we're speaking candidly right now.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
Okay, so Knows
I'm on
that.
mobile, so I'm a little bit delayed here.
If he knows that, so when you say y'all, that means you'd be including me as well.
Well, if you
No,
want to
that's
interpret it
fair.
that way, fine.
No, that's
Yeah.
just the logic, dude. That's just the logical conclusion. So what I'm
Listen,
telling you is if you're going to include me in that mix, then you better produce some evidence of me just lying about people.
listen, we're speaking candidly right now. If you want to go into a more specific topic, we can if you want to. And I'm not necessarily making that claim at all. We're just speaking again candidly. But
I'm
the
really
point that
interested to understand where I specifically have lied about people.
When did I say you specifically lied about people? You're conflating what I'm saying. You're taking it somewhere it don't need to go.
When you say when y'all lie, that means you're including me. So apparently I've been mixed up in people telling lies about others. So what I'm telling you is show some evidence that I've lied about people.
I mean, do we really
Period.
have to derail this conversation to try to address that?
Yeah,
Like,
please do. Because
No, that's not a derailing. It's a specific claim that
let's
was
say it this
made.
way.
I don't appreciate when people claim that I've lied about others and they don't produce any evidence to back it up.
Okay. So everyone in the CCP but you. That fair?
Say what?
Or other CCP members, not you?
Oh, you said others in the CCP except me?
Yeah. So we can continue with the topic. Is that fair?
Okay, so you're retracting your statement that I haven't lied about others folks, right?
Or I could be wanting to continue with the conversation and not derail it with something that's going to turn sour.
Wait a minute, so you're gonna that's just gonna be just thrown out there, and when I challenge it, you don't want to deal with it.
And I've you throw down the gauntlet, and I'm not picking up the gauntlet. I don't want to challenge you on it. So that's why I've said
Because you can't back it
other
up. You don't
CCP.
have any evidence to back up that I specifically have lied about
Or
people.
you can tell me what I think, or you can listen to what I'm telling you I think, and we can continue with the lighthearted conversation, something that I think we should talk to, or we can derail and go into my opinions or whatever evidences you want me to do.
No, stop this, Hannah. If you agree with what he says about y'all lying about people and I'm in that mix, you better dang well present some dang evidence to back it up.
And you threw the gauntlet down, and I'm not picking it up.
You don't want to
So
pick it up
doesn't mean
because you couldn't back it up if you tried, Hannah. This is
all
ridiculous.
right. So this is now getting into a perfect case of why I don't want to get into it, because you're doing the same thing I don't like that true empiricism does. I'm telling you what my motive is. I am point blank telling you what my motive is. I'm not even the one who made the comment in the first place, and Heavy's with me on this one. And you just keep telling everybody else, see, this is what you're doing. This is what you can't do. No, I don't care to do it. It's not it's not a deal to me. I like the conversation we were having before about lightheartedness in the GDC. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. I'm telling you straight up, that's what I want.
If
And
I haven't
instead, you
lied
just keep
about
throwing the gauntlet in
anyone,
my face.
if I haven't
Throwing
lied
the
about
gauntlet in my face, I'm not
anyone,
going to pick it up.
if I haven't lied about anyone, all you had to say was I haven't lied about anyone. Have I lied
Do you want
about
me to say
anybody or
that?
not?
Do you want me to say that?
Have I lied about anybody or not? Answer the question.
I'm not picking up. I know what you want, and I'm not going to pick up the gauntlet. I'm not doing it.
Well, you know what? You seriously, right now, since you want to play this game, since you don't want to deal with something I'm directly challenging you on,
You're going to kick me?
because it's quite telling to me that you don't want to answer that simple question. If you don't think I'm lying about it, why don't you just answer the question? But the fact that you want to be so evasive about it, it's just unusual of your character to be evasive about something so simple to answer.
If you really, really want me to do this right now and turn this lighthearted conversation sour and heavy, if you don't mind, it's entirely up to you. You're part of this conversation too.
Hey,
It's up to you at this point as well.
you go right on ahead and do what you want to, girl.
Would you
All right, I just want to make sure.
would you rather
I
talk
just want to
about
make
it
sure
off
that I'm not,
would you rather talk about it off air then?
because I would rather talk about it off air because I don't want to put things out there and have this relationship you and I have be soured. There are problems that I'm sure you have with me, and I have problems with you. And I don't want that to affect our relationship, especially online with how many people watching. I'd rather us solve our problems on our own.
Now, I've never claimed that you've lied about anyone at any time to anybody.
And that's fair. I never said that you did. There are certain issues that I have with you, and I want to address it with you off air because
Well,
I want to
having
make sure that
issues
you
with
and I are on the
me,
same page.
well, if you can have certain issues with me, that's fine. But if the fact that I've allegedly lied about other people is one of those issues, then that would be something I'm very concerned to know about.
Right, and I'm sure I would love to address them with you first before anything gets put on air and it starts a whole big fight like with True and Steve. I don't want to do that with you. I like you. I like talking to you.
If I could
I don't want to.
if I could
Go for it.
interrupt for a second,
Yeah, go for it.
if I said some members of the some members of y'all,
CCP.
dang it, tongue twister. If I said some members of y'all have told lies and made false accusations, would that be better?
And then I'll just ask you if you're including me in that mix. That's a better statement to make than I'll ask you.
Dude, I don't know you well enough to know if you have or not.
No. He's not including you. He's not including you.
If I said some do, some don't, how would that be?
Because here's the thing.
I'm not being all inclusive there.
Because here's the thing.
If I understand English.
Because here's the thing. If I lied about anybody,
I never said you did.
I'm not.
Hold on, Heavy. Hold on. Sorry, Antonio. Continue.
All right. I said if I had lied about anybody at any time, I would come clean with it and admit my error. And I'd do it on air, no problem. Because I do care very, very much about my reputation here online. I have no problem admitting when I mess up. None.
Okay, then let's not say I don't accuse you of straight up lying. I'm not in that camp. But there are things that are concerning to me that I would want to address with you off air. Is that okay?
Fair enough. Sure.
All right. So you have my PM. I have your PM. Whenever you have time, I'm free. I'm working from home this week, so just shoot me a message. Hey, I'm free. Do you want to have that conversation?
Okay. All right. But to get back to this whole thing, I'm telling.
Yes, please.
I'm telling you, man. So you telling me if I just start just making pics and cutting names out, like putting them on, I don't know, animals, putting them on other stuff, you gotta find like a legit joke in it. Really?
Dude, I am an animal. Do you see my avatar right now? Like, I guarantee you there's some real stupid stuff you can make with it.
Maybe I'm just held to a higher standard than people you guys tend to associate yourselves with.
Oh,
Listen,
police.
If you want to take this super seriously, that's up to you. I'm not going to twist your arm and say, "Hey, come to the dark side with us. We have cookies." You hold yourself to the standard you feel comfortable with.
That was great.
just know that we're not doing this maliciously at all. Like this is just something to make everybody smile and if anything, it decreases the tension. Because as you know, there's been some drama going on lately, and I've addressed it in one of my videos. Steve Hogtie have addressed it. That's on the serious end. Here with stupid stuff, just like funny pictures or YMCA photoshopped photos or Popeye stuff. That's just for us to kind of decompress and have a good laugh without. It's not hurting anybody. It really isn't hurting anybody. It's not like we did something so dramatic, like like Photoshop like pedophilia or something like that. We didn't do anything like that. We're just making something lighthearted, comical, clean, fun. If you want to do it, let me know what you want me to Photoshop. I will do it right away. I wouldn't mind helping you out. If you want me to show you Photoshop or give you Photoshop, I'll do that.
Oh, Photoshop.
Or Premiere or whatever.
Photoshop is fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you want me to do that, I don't mind contributing in the slightest. Just let me know. And honestly, it is lighthearted. And if Steve or if anybody else, and I'm sure it's going to be Steve, not if anybody, takes it too seriously, you're definitely going to hear me knock him back on his ass a bit.
So Jay got the bright idea at some point in her day to say, "Hey, I'm thinking of the Village people. We're thinking about this whole DMCA situation that happened between Steve and True Empiricism."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, "Hey, Heavy Holler, go ahead and put five members of the Clown Car Posse's faces on like a Village People photo,
It's the YMCA.
and find some what?
The YMCA. The song.
Yes, I know it's the YMCA song,
Yeah, yeah.
and
That was a good one though.
basically make a joke out of it because apparently I'm one of the people who like was involved in this whole DMCA thing, although I was one of the main ones who tried to squash it. And that's hilarious to you guys. That's funny.
Yes, it is. You want to know why? Do you want me to explain it? As for a few days there, everybody thought, Jesus, we're gonna have to go into. Excuse me, I should have said that. Geez, we're gonna have to go into like a flag war. CCP are going to go after, one group, and the other group is going to go after the CCP, or excuse me, Butthurt Clan is going to go after each other. Stuff like that. Tensions were high, and we were just like, God, we don't want this for the community. We don't want to have to go this, feel like we're walking on eggshells all the time. And a lot of people in the community just dropped off. They were like, nope, I don't want to watch this explosion anymore. So here we are, we're dealing with this drama that not even you and I are involved in. We're just passive observers. And we're thinking, what's the one thing we can just de-stress over? What's the one thing that we can just have a smile at? Because smiling chemically changes your brain. You immediately decrease your own tension just with the physical act of smiling. So what happens? People in the community get together and they make jokes. Something to lighten the mood, something to detract from all the seriousness, something to just remind ourselves, it's just the fucking internet. Excuse me. It's just the internet.
You can say what you want.
Just the community. Sorry, I know, but it's not my channel, so I know you don't approve of that. I'm sorry. That's all we're doing. We're just thinking, what's the best way to combat all the over-the-top drama that's going on? And it's pictures. It's funny songs that have been altered, or anything like that. And Drag, yes, I'm working on your avatar right now.
Good, you better. That's why I came.
Hey, Drago.
You can leave now. Ugh.
Yeah. Shoot. I had to make. I'm sorry about that, Tony. I had to come in here and make sure that she was doing what she's supposed to be doing. So.
I'm doing it as I'm talking. Okay, got it.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Okay. Pictures or it didn't happen.
No. I told him I'm not going to show him until it's done. I'm making it into a GIF, and this stupid lighting just breaks everything, and I don't know why. It's over processing my computer.
But let me ask this: why, if this was supposed to be just lighthearted fun or something, then why weren't people who are associated generally on your side of the debate? Why weren't you the first people you did this to, or Jade or Heavy Holler did this to? Why weren't you people the first ones who did it to? As if they were trying to direct the cause of the whole DMCA situation to our side.
So you're asking why you and the CCP are part of the composition? Is that what it is?
Well, the joke clearly, the joke is indicating that we were like the ones who was like I guess applauding the whole DMCA situation in one way, directly or indirectly. So the joke was made,
Mm-hmm.
Shifting the cause of it or the main problems with it to our side, right?
Or it's just
so we was the centerpiece of the whole joke. It's not if it was just merely a joke and you just happened to put our faces on it, but somehow none of their faces got on it.
Do you want me to make a new one where Steve's face is on it too?
It doesn't matter at this point.
No, but that's what I'm trying to understand. Like, what about this joke makes you upset?
It's not so much about the picture. It's about the obvious hypocrisy. Because you can sit up here and tell me all day that this would have just been looked at as just some joke if we had done this. But no, I just don't buy that at all.
How? When every time a comment has been directed at us, we turn it around and make a joke out of it. Well, at least, in regards to certain members of the CCP, I'm not going to say everyone.
Like
That's just what happens.
the closest thing that has been said, like to a joke on our side, it's like the Butthurt Clan or something like that. But when it was even joked about that, like for example, like Jade might be uh, not Jade, but Fiona might be a trans
A
or
man.
something like that. She
Mhm.
rightly was upset about it.
I mean, I don't know. Have you guys apologized to her about it? I mean, I don't know the status of that
Well, I
situation.
did. Here's the thing. That was something that Dee Dee said, and I wasn't sure of his intent behind it, whether it was malicious or not. But what I told her was, if his intention was malicious, then I apologize on his behalf and mine. But I don't really know. But just in case it was, I apologize for it. She rightly got upset about it. There's a lot of things that you guys would say on your side that there would be no way I could do it, and I never hear the end of it. Like when I mentioned that one time, she said that true empiricism wouldn't know science if something ripped his stuff off, right? If
Mhm.
somebody on our side had said that about Fiona, if it ripped her genitalia off, none of us would hear the end of that. You know it, Hannah.
No, I don't, because that happens all the time.
Wait a minute.
People, hold on, wait. Let me just explain myself before the vagueness of my comment goes off the rail. When comments are made directed at someone, maybe myself, maybe Steve, maybe Fiona, maybe Jade, it depends on the comment that was made. But what was it, like 8 out of 10 times a comment is made, we turn around and make a joke about it? How many times has it brought up that Venom Fang X made, gaffes with DPR Jones, and then that has been made into a joke in and of itself? How many times has, I don't know, True Empiricism tried to play mind reader with one of us, and that's been made into a joke in and of itself? How many times has
Hold on.
what?
And this is gonna be one of my rare moments where I'm just gonna outright say it. So if I said Fiona wouldn't know science if something dragged her pussy off, that would have been looked at as some sort of lighthearted thing. That would have just been just like dismissed as nothing, basically.
Well, I mean, that's just an offhanded what do they call those? Not a joke. What is it called? It's gonna bug me. It's one of those sayings that just gets passed around, right? So like, I wouldn't know. I know this better than the back of my own hand, right? Just an offhanded comment meant to illustrate something, right? That's the type of comment it was. I wouldn't consider what she made a joke. It was more or less just one of those insert plugin that describes what I'm talking about here.
You're pretending as if that would be looked
Yeah,
at something lightly if one of us said it. You know dang well that's not true.
Did I say that particular comment would be looked at lightly? I'm trying to explain where the difference is.
The
Maybe I'm
point
not explaining
is,
myself so well.
if she says it, it's not a big deal. But if one of us said it, it would be an extremely big deal, and for good reason.
Yeah, because that wasn't a joke. The
Nope,
comment
she
that
was
Fiona
able to
made
get
wasn't a
away with
joke.
that. She was able to get away with that with virtually nobody saying anything about it.
Okay,
If anybody said anything about it at all.
okay, because that comment wasn't a joke. It's heavy. Help me out. What is it? What are those things called?
I was not even on that. I don't even remember it being said. There's a
Oh no,
lot.
I remember it being said. But there's a word. There's a word for it. There's a phrase for it. Like
Oh gosh.
just like the same thing. You wouldn't know shit if it bit you on the ass or something, or you wouldn't know. I know this better like the back of my own hand. It's gonna
Insult?
bug me. Anyway, no, it's not an insult. It's meant to make an illustrative point, right? It's meant to
Analogy.
exaggerate to make a point.
Analogy. No, that would be it.
It'll probably come to me and it'll piss me off, and I
Dragnot
didn't
said an
remember it now.
idiom. Is it an idiom?
Oh, maybe no figure of speech. Figure of speech.
A
That's what
figure
it
of
is. Figure
speech. Okay, there you go.
Colloquialism, idiom.
So, is
So
that what the whole live chat is just writing us right
Carlos,
now?
tell me if one of us said that about Fiona and it was just dragging her pee off, that it would have been looked at as just some sort of figure of speech, and they wouldn't have like really really got upset about that, and we wouldn't have heard the end of it if one of us said that.
I think there's one thing that you might be missing. Like say I get picked on a lot, by other people. See, I know their intention. I know them. And so when they say something that someone like me would take very offensive, if they didn't know these people, they would say, oh, well, we're going to have it out because of what you said to me. But they can say the same thing to me, but because I know these people enough to know they're not going to just outright hurt my feelings unnecessarily.
But I mean, that's,
and so we don't know when y'all say things like some of y'all, I guess I better watch my language. Some of y'all say certain things to us or about people on our side. We don't know y'all good enough to know whether it was a joke or whether it was meant to be taken very seriously. I think that's the problem.
There's also a difference too. I mean, if it's a figure of speech, there's a handful that each one of us could recognize, right? Like, or an idiom like, "Oh, it's raining cats and dogs." So if Antonio said, "Oh God, it's raining harder than cats and dogs," I don't know, some stupid idiot
Raining
like
cats
that,
and dogs
then
is different than somebody's nuts or genitalia being pulled off.
Right, but that's the distinction that I'm making, though. Like, if it's a figure of speech, something that we all recognize, like what Fiona said was a figure of speech, like that's heard quite commonly.
I'm sorry, there's no chance. Figure of speech or not.
I didn't finish my sentence.
All right, I'm sorry. Go finish.
That's all right. If it's something that you didn't appreciate, or it's something that Ronnie really has a problem with, then okay, let us know, and we'll deal with it. Like, okay, listen, maybe that wasn't the best comment to make. Maybe it went too far. But in the case that we were making, there's a difference between a figure of speech and a joke. If a figure of speech offended you, then okay, let's address it. If it's a joke, then that's a different topic altogether, right? Because then that might be a case of taking something too seriously.
And then you got
those are two separate scenarios.
What I'm telling you is that there are things which we can do on our side, and you guys can do the exact same thing, and it will be looked at two different ways. And as I was asking Carlos earlier, if one of us said that same thing, whether you call it a figure of speech or not, about Fiona's stuff getting dragged off, tell me that they wouldn't look at it in a different way.
I wouldn't. I'd have to ask Fiona, but I definitely wouldn't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, everybody. Yeah. What's up, Antonio? What's up, Hannah? What's up, Phil Robertson? No, I'm just kidding, man. You're not Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty, but
I didn't even hear what you said.
Oh, my bad.
Maybe it was
Phil. I called you Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty, but it's all
good. Not even close.
I'm talking about you, my fellow brother in Christ, man. Don't worry, man. I know what it is. We often get persecuted, man, but let me stop. Just kidding. I think in that particular instance, with the whole insult and and the intention kind of behind it, where it's like obviously there's some animosity between Fiona and True, so it's kind of like in a way it's kind of malicious, right? But I really so yeah, I can definitely see people getting upset behind it, but I'm still kind of new behind the issue of this hangout and what happened, so.
No, well, let me just show you the pic. I'm gonna just screen share that. That'll make everything clear real fast. Hold on.
Okay. Could you post it on the outside chat? Wait, I think I can see it on my phone, so that should be right.
It might be black. Just watch out.
Oh, I can see it. Yep, that is the guy from Duck Dynasty. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Can you see what's on my screen, Matt?
Oh yeah, I can see it on my mobile. Carlos, can you see it?
Oh, that's the YMCA dude?
Yes.
Oh man, yo. Oh, that's D. Oh man, that's crazy. Wait, so that's G. That's G. G man with the white hat. Wait, that's Dawkins with the construction hat?
Yeah.
You're in here too, bro. You're in here too.
Wait. Oh shoot, that's me, dude. Yo, wait. What picture is that?
It's hard to find good pictures sometimes.
Yeah.
Dude, can you post in the outside chat so I can check? As long as it's a good picture, it's
Yeah.
good.
But see,
Yeah, I
see,
gotta
the
say it's
thing,
photoshopped pretty well.
it's kind of like a pun or something because you have DMCA and then YMCA. So
Hey, you guys are
it
the
kind of
worst,
got
dude.
put together. And
You guys are the worst, dude.
I know we're terrible people.
but as
We're terrible people.
as far as Jade's motivation in any of this, I can't say. She would have to say so herself because I can't
Wait,
speak.
who made the wait? Oh, I can't open this.
Heavy
Heavy
Holler
did.
made the picture.
Who made the picture? Oh, Hannah.
He did. No.
No.
No,
Heavy, right here.
me, fat boy.
Oh, I added Jay in there, man. She's the legit, you know. Well, YMCA, I guess the YMCA was like all gay dudes. I don't know if there was gay girls, but whatever.
Okay, dudes, dude.
Hold up. I can't open the picture. I guess because I'm on I'm on the call right now. Damn, my man went to You got that from a hangout, dude, or from like a social media page?
No, Jake posted that on her G Plus page.
Oh, you're talking
No,
about
I'm saying the picture of me.
trust in. Who is trust in?
Carlos.
That's me.
Carlos. I don't think we've ever even talked. No,
Yeah, we've have spoken
I
before.
just don't remember. I just didn't recognize that. See what it was.
You
I
were on the
got
moonshine, Phil.
I
said you were on the moonshine, Phil. No, I'm just
Moonshine?
kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't drink. I don't smoke either.
That's what's up, bro.
And this is not the first time I've seen things like this. I've seen stuff like this with G-Man's, with that whole thing about the safe thing with G-Man. I've seen stuff like this, and I just left it alone. But I'm like, okay, this is a regular occurrence from people that y'all tend to associate yourselves with, and I'm just telling you, it just shows a particular obsession, and I just think it's just really, really telling.
There's
And
never
also, let me say
obsession.
this. Let me say this before you do that. To the heavy. What's your name?
Heavy Holler.
Heavy.
Yeah.
What do you prefer to be called?
Heavy or heavy holler.
Heavy. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm at about 240.
Yeah. We've spoken before. Last time we talked, I was on Steve's hangout or Hogtie's hangout. It's me, you, Hogtie, myself. Who else? I think Han Solo might have been in there, MP or whatever, or Fiona, stuff like that. So we've spoken several times. And so okay, so let me ask this, right? Because the whole DMCA thing is like, did you put me there because you think that like I agree with the DCMA or whatever, with the whole flagging or the whole reporting people for sharing videos and whatnot?
Actually, I don't really know what your take on it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
honestly
disagree with
don't
both.
know.
So
I don't know what your take on it was, really.
okay.
I think he was just looking for faces to populate, honestly, because you can't have just like.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
it's
you can. You have to kind of Photoshop everybody at that point.
well, it's like like y'all hang around together.
Right. This is
But
my
as
guy
far as
Antonio. That's my
I know
guy,
that there
man.
were some that tried to tell truth. No, dude, you're doing this wrong. And then there were others that were encouraging him to.
Right.
It was hilarious. Zulu that told him not to, right?
I mean, and you could have put hilarious Zulu's picture. It kind of looks like already like a tribal chieftain from like the
Yeah, but it's like a
YMCA. That would
cartoon
have fit
though.
better. No, I'm just kidding.
It's
No,
like a
I know.
cartoon.
Look, right now I'm like being lighthearted and whatnot about the issue, But I'm not gonna take too much offense at it, because when you guys say you're joking and whatnot, and obviously like I don't agree with flagging people's videos or the whole drama that's been going on. Period. I think it could have been easily avoided. Even though True and Antonio are my brothers, and I ride with them
Now, if I was
on
feeling
anything.
really, really spiteful and hateful and evil, I could have done something that would have probably got me kicked off of Google.
Right.
This was not done in hatred or spite.
Well,
or whatever.
And I understand that. I just, you know, like I said, I can't speak for everybody else, so I could understand why some people would be offended, like Antonio and stuff like that. And so, um, yeah.
Jade?
And
So,
what the
wanted.
heck is
Okay,
what the
I
heck is
wanted. Hold on,
this?
hold on. I wanted to share this because this is the original image that sparked it. This is,
Is that
as you see,
Steve?
there's me, Steve, G-Man, JD Kane, True, and you, Antonio. This, I'm not saying who made this. This is what actually started it. It was a joke at all of us being with
Oh, guys, I wish
just
I
Look at
just to be
this.
clear,
look at
Antonio looks the
G-Man.
sharpest. Antonio looks the sharpest on
Well,
the
yeah,
whole
it's an
picture.
Of
avatar
course,
of
because
the.
So I mean,
Look at G-Man's face.
that's why it's funny. Like we're taking the piss out of everybody. Look at my face. I look like I have Down syndrome. So I mean,
Oh God, come on.
it's not
Oh,
it's not
that would
you
have been
know.
great if I had followed along with that. That would have been
I love how
Why
I
does
love how
Steve look like
JD's
he
looking.
walked in a room and seen like his child doing something bad?
I
Steve
love
looks
JD Kane's
upset.
now,
face. Like everybody's looking in a general direction. JD Kane's
now,
looking off way into the distance somewhere else.
now
Like,
was that pic? Now was that pic posted anywhere at any time?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I've seen this on G Plus.
this is on G Plus. It was like I want to say a few days ago, but it was mainly on Facebook. And so I believe this was the one that was
yeah.
first posted, and then the one Heavy made was the more popular one because it was a more well done one. But this is what actually started, and this was a rip at
that's
all of
funny.
us.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
funny.
JD's picture is the best. Like he really looks like he just has no idea what's going on.
yeah. It's like I don't get offended when people do this. I mean, when someone sent me a photo of me, like in dressed in all blue. It was obviously somebody else's body, but they photoshopped my head on it, and I was crouched down, throwing up a gang sign at a school or something. Like it was silly, right? Because that's not me. But I laugh at that kind of stuff. I mean, it's not overly malicious or anything. It's just something to kind of poke fun at. You guys are here talking about this. Here we go again, kind of thing.
I wish people made funny pictures. There's nothing much funny about a blue wolf though.
Yeah, I wish people would. I've been waiting for folks to set up like a roast for me because I know people want to roast me.
Boy, I will
People have
roast
talked
the
about it.
hell out of you, boy.
I mean, that's
We could
fine,
get
and
that.
I'd sit there and take it.
You could get the next hangout. We could do a. Hey, what's those things that they do on VH1, like the roast of or something like
Oh,
that?
the like what was it? The roast of Barbara Streisand. What was it? The roast of
Yeah,
Jonah River, I think it was. And there was the roast of
Yeah, I'm a
had
big
that one
fan of
Justin
too.
Bieber.
roast.
The roast of Justin Bieber was so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
was
say
no.
drag. Nah, you already initiated, dude. So we got this recorded. So
Well, I
this
know
not one for
I
you,
roast
bro.
people all the time. Like I have some of the best critiques of people from what other people tell me. And I do it to be funny. So I know people want the opportunity to kind of roast me and kind of turn it back on me. So I think it's only fair that since I dish it out, that I can take it. So I mean, if that's something that you want to do, you could get G-Con, G-Man, True can come. It doesn't matter.
Oh man,
If
just
you guys
Oh
want
God,
man,
to
you
do
trying to
that.
add the boy? I'm telling you, me, G-Con, like,
dude, you have
oh
no idea
man.
how
Well,
bad you have no idea how bad I got with him when he had that really long like Muslim beard. I told him that he like the Muslim Brotherhood called like he needed to
Who
come back.
G-Con? You said G? Oh no, you talking
No,
about
for drag.
Dragonite?
Yeah, drag when
G-Con.
he had his
Oh, you
drag when
talking
you
about
had
me?
your huge beard. Yeah, when you had your huge beard, I'm like fucking Muslim Brotherhood is calling you back, you know?
Now G-Con be wanting a little kufi on his head. I have to remind myself he Christian. He do be kind of looking Muslim sometimes though. Nah, but
Well, that's
shouts out to
because.
G-Con, man. Love you, bro. You know.
Well, no, it's just his style. He has a skunk's butt attached to his chin. He can't help it. He was born that way.
Black power,
Well,
black power. Now go ahead, but yeah, damn man, y'all always make G-Man look crazy though, man. Come on, y'all know G-Man got normal pictures, bro. Look at G-Man, man.
I don't know where he found
I
this one, but
have
it's pretty
I
good.
have some really good pictures of G-Man. I have one of him choking a cat. Well, it looks like he's holding up the cat with dancing with it, but I put a caption on it that's pretty lewd. Um, I think it was like black man beats up white pussy or something like that. And
Oh
it's
my
just, I
god.
mean, it's
Oh my
it's meant to
god.
be funny, but he's holding up the cat talking to it, right? And I've sent G-Man some of these, and he just goes, I'm not gonna say what he says, but he appreciated some of them. He didn't appreciate all of them, but it's a joke. I mean, I welcome people to to find pictures of me. Like I will give you pictures of me when I was like 18, and I thought, what is it? Those I can't remember the names of those hats. Not derbies, they're not trilbies.
Fedora?
Not no, what's fedoras? It's a particular the anime character Yorihara Kisuke wears it.
Oh man.
I know the striped one. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I used to wear those all the time with dog tags. For some reason, I thought that was cool, and I look fucking stupid. So I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I could, if you want this picture here, where I caught a big catfish, you can put like a dildo in my hand or something. I don't care. Like, it's as long as it's funny, you can put a
I
Bible
knew
in
you'd
it.
be catfishing, dude.
Yeah,
Oh God. Listen, I'll tell you where my avatar's character's from, and you can find so many funny out of context still images. I would love it if people found it and made some shit out
Oh,
of it.
okay. Heck
It's
yeah.
her name is Blue from Wolf's Rain. Rain is in it's raining outside. I guarantee you guys can find a lot of stupid. I had to go through a lot to find a normal image that didn't look stupid out of context.
yeah. But
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
it depends on who's doing it. As far as if someone is parroting you, um, or whether someone's just being malicious. Like there are some what's the guy? He has a blue icon, and he makes all the memes. Like he would Photoshop. Well, he had the cartoon G-Man and cartoon Beckle, and he had a penis between them, or something like that. Like that.
Truth
That's
monger. Truth
yeah,
monger.
truth monger. Yeah, that's obviously meant to be malicious. That is to be
Yeah,
quite
that's going a little too
crass.
far.
Yeah, I mean, and then some of us go, okay, haha, that's funny, but that's like, okay, that's yeah, but
Awkward.
yeah, but yeah, don't think that that we don't see that. Okay, that there's a limit because some of the stuff that I see, I kind of cringe, and that's why I won't share it. But
Yeah, yeah, because there are some people on our side that they go a bit too far. Sometimes, and there's times when well, not me personally, but that others in the community, we've kind of policed our own, you could say. Said, dude, no, you can't do that. That is so wrong. It's like when some people was calling when G-Man showed where he worked, he dropped himself, and some people was calling there
yeah,
trying to cause violence. That was so wrong.
and I made a video because I talked to
Yeah,
G-Man about this. I made a video and telling people to stop doing that. He told, and
yeah,
I talk to G-Man every so often. And he says, yeah, ever since you made that video, people stop calling. I was like, that's good because I don't think that like this shit should trans it shouldn't cross into real life because that's too much. Like I don't wish ill upon G-Man. I'm gonna when we go to the museum though. Oh, his ass is mine. But no, I don't. other than that, I don't wish ill upon him.
Right.
Dragging on. Remember
Nah,
that time you had them catfish that you had in the freezer and you took them out and there was something about all this slime was building up on them. You had to keep stroking them to get the slime off.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was
And
doing that. And
yeah,
someone
and
said
we
something.
was watching. As you was talking, we could see you doing this, and you remember some of the comments we made.
Yeah, yeah. If y'all want to find that video, it's called Catfish and Chat, and it's on my page. And if you want to take a video of me, and just kind of like, you're more than welcome to.
now the reason why Heavy finds that strange is because he actually eats his catfish raw, so he doesn't understand regular human beings like prepare our food. We fillet the fish and all that stuff. But it's okay, Heavy. It's okay. It's an American
They
thing.
better be pretty big then.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Oh, Antonio, I think Godless Girl's trying to get in.
God, hell no. She what? You know how many hangouts she sniped of us? Of Antonio, me. How many times?
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry,
can't
she
even
can't
tell
come
you the
in.
process
Okay,
we had to do
I understand. I mean,
to make sure she doesn't snipe. That woman is, or whatever that is,
she's a
something's
woman.
wrong with
Trust me,
it.
she's actually pretty cute. But no, I respect respect you hang out. If you don't want to give a link, I won't give her a link. I just told
Yeah,
her I'd ask.
She's upset.
that's
Now
what we
you
were
see,
talking
okay,
about.
now we're talking about people who are obsessed. That
Yeah,
person is
that's
obsessed. Let me tell you
I
straight
can
up. And I don't
understand
mean
where
that
that
to
comes from.
disrespect any particular group, but like for like a long time, like weeks, Antonio would do hangouts with Dawkins and her and this other clown. I'm not gonna say his name. Give him attention. They would literally snipe all the hangouts, and what they'll do is like I don't know how many profiles this person has, but let me tell you, like she must be making a whole bunch of other profiles as well. And she would make like profile like every 10 minutes, like she would pop in like Godless Girl number two, Godless Girl this. And if we didn't snipe her like in a second, that's it. Like the hangout would be over. And then eventually like she'll come in with a profile. Eventually she caught on that you have to be stupid if you're gonna keep naming yourself Godless Girl. Eventually she came out with a different profile name and then would snipe the hangout. And so she knows we don't
Mm.
want to talk to her. We don't want anything to deal with her. She's, you know, she and she's still trying to stalk people's hangouts and join them. So
No, yeah, she
that's a
fully
person I
admits.
say is legitly obsessed.
Yeah, she even in the live chat just now fully admits she has an obsession with DD. So you're
Uh,
not you're not
there
far.
you go.
But
Wait a minute, she
I
just
think
outright came out and said that?
yeah, she dude, she
Can you screenshot
and
that, Antonio, please? But
yeah,
yeah,
Screenshot
all right.
what?
So,
she said in a lot of hangouts before that she goes around looking for DD.
oh, we know
So
that
this is the
woman is
picture
obsessed.
I was telling y'all about.
Oh my God, where is your chin, my man?
I don't know.
Bro,
It's up in
you
the air.
look like
Like it
LL
bleeds into your neck.
Uncool
What the
J.
fuck?
Yeah, I told you. I told you it was bad. I don't know why I thought that was cool.
Boy,
Oh,
LL
but
Uncool.
just to be clear, Godless Girl contests typing claim.
you said she could test
What?
what?
She says that she is obsessed with DD, but she has not sniped. She's contesting that accusation.
Sure.
I still don't know how to snipe. I don't care. Like I'm not. I'd rather come in and hang out and just fuck with you.
And she get kicked out.
I
Wait, put
I
that picture
figured
back
it
up,
out
boy.
by
What you doing,
accident.
boy? Hold up,
New,
boy. Wait, put
new.
that picture back up, boy.
I'll show you another picture from my past. Hold on. You want to see a funny one?
The boy was looking like he listened to Rakim. Boy, if you don't get your Mormon Agent Smith looking ass, boy, you look like a ghetto Agent Smith. Like you trying to find Neo. Are you the one looking boy? Oh man, boy, you got them church shoes? Oh, you used to be a Christian. Oh yeah, that's that Sunday outfit right there,
No,
boy.
this was the military made me go to a class and they told me to dress a certain way. That's literally what that was.
Boy,
So
you
so
was
they
just like
told
you
you to
sold
dress like
life
a Mormon?
insurance.
For a black name, we can call him Neandre.
So I'm showing you guys these pictures as a as a token of good faith, and you'll
Antonio,
probably
you
never
need to
see them
screen
again.
cap all this. You should have screen capped it when you had the
That
chance.
boy
You
said
better find it
DeAndre.
because that's it.
Of course, you
Antonio, listen, I got access to his Facebook. Just PM me. I'll find those pictures for
No,
you.
they're not on Facebook. No,
Oh
they're not on
man,
Oh,
Facebook.
God
Nope.
damn it.
No, ma'am. No. This is actually a fairly normal picture of me.
that
This
boy
is
was just like a
Normal, you're wearing
car
a dress.
salesman.
uh, it's just a really
You
large
Nah, and
T-shirt.
you know who you look like?
you're
You look
wearing
like that one dude that be like, "It's live, baby. That's the one, baby.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, but it's live, baby. We live. Oh
We
damn,
live,
Ruth, what
Danielson,
you
boy,
do?
Danielson.
Daniel, do what it do, baby.
Do what it do,
Mm.
baby. That's
Peter,
the one,
Piper,
baby."
Picker, Pecker, Pickle, Peppers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do your dance, Dan Rue. Do your dance. Yeah, he's from Acadiana Parish. He's from Lafayette. I know. I used to live there.
Oh, that's what's up. Hey, let me ask you a question. Is Buddy? Is he?
Is
Is he
he?
straight?
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he? Oh, no. He's straight. Yeah. It's just that voice. There's just some guys that have that type of voice, and I don't know what it is, but I've only heard that voice in Louisiana. Every other guy may have a
Okay.
voice like that.
Are
No,
you
I
also
don't,
you
oh,
was you was from Louisiana, right? Or
yeah,
you
I'm,
stay
I'm
in
from
there?
St. Tammany Parish. Yeah,
Oh yeah, man. They had that strong accent.
yeah. I
Strong
moved around a
accent.
lot, so sometimes you'll hear mine come out. Sometimes, very rarely.
and
I let
he got DNA evidence for it too.
yes,
but
yeah. I let Hannah
uh,
hear what my dialect sounds like, and she couldn't understand me. So
oh yeah, it was really bad. Like when I started going Slavic, I thought it pretty bad, but no.
Oh, you're Slavic?
Oh yeah, you don't want to. It sounds like angry Russian. I promise.
It is angry Russian. No, I'm just kidding.
when is it not
But
angry Russian?
nah, it's but that you know what? Is it true that the etymology of the word slave comes from the word Slavic?
It's a derivative. It's one of the derivatives.
Derivative. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not
It,
okay.
it it's
It's a
it's not it's not its sole origin, but it's one of the yeah. It's think of it like a branch off of the tree that formed the foundation of it.
because I heard that's basically where it comes from.
Yeah,
Just
Ottoman.
so like
A lot of
because you know
from
how
the
a lot of
Byzantine, the
people
Ottoman
in the
Empire.
quote unquote
Yeah,
a lot of people in the quote unquote conscious community like to mention the word slave and
Yeah,
don't even
yeah,
understand its roots.
yeah. Don't get me no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
they most it's
I don't
questionable
mess with
practices that happen in the Ottoman Empire. I'll say that much.
you taking. Don't take tips from the Black Power Rangers. That's a bad idea for anybody.
For real, the straight up.
Yeah,
You come back to New York, you'll meet them.
grown men that taste.
I'll purposely find them so you can meet them.
I mean, you can. I'm just gonna. You
I'll
think G
record the
Man
whole
is
day.
bad with them because G that's one of the things that G Man was telling me about. Dragon, I want to see you. I want to see how you act around these Black Hebrew Israelites. I know you're not gonna take anything from them. I was like, well, you can't go up and punch one in the dick and then run away and think I'm gonna help you fight. It's not gonna work that way, G Man. We can go talk. We can have a conversation with them, but you get kind of close. And there's like 6 of them. You know, I can hold 2.5. So,
Hey, bro, that picture you got up, bro, that's funny as hell, man.
oh, I got lots of memes. I got tons of
Hell no.
memes.
Hey, Antonio, you see that? I don't know if Antonio might get hot with because of the content, but that's pretty funny, dude. That's pretty funny. It's dude say.
I got a
Yeah, I'm
ton.
I'm
I'm
about to get
actually gonna
this
go
joint.
online and look at their scheduled appearances on the streets. They have it. You
No,
know,
honestly,
sometimes
you
they have a
guys should
schedule.
go, man. You guys
Oh no,
should
I've
go
seen them
speak
all the
with
time.
those
I've had a conversation.
neo-Marxist, black supremacists, um, black
Like,
liberation theology, perpetuating fools.
Yeah,
that's right.
I don't mess with those. I mean, I talk to them on Facebook, but in real life, I don't mess with the kind of, that kind of
All right.
mentality.
So,
That dude said, I gotta read his
according
power levels before I act.
according to Google, Black Hebrew Israelites synonymous with New York's most obnoxious prophets.
Oh man, Th- that's just them being nice, man. Like I'd have a whole handful of words to say for them. Obnoxious, oh man, it's like an understatement, man.
Just the level of ignorance within some of those dudes is just astronomical. Like I mess with folks on here, we call them CCP, but I still think that some of those guys are just brain dead. Like they're just stupid.
But let me tell you how easy it is because I could understand people not being believers, right? But everybody, this community likes to uphold itself to a standard of like being intellectuals and being scholars and you know, right, like not coming with pseudo information, right? Like being correct in things that they speak about or different fields that they speak on. So you don't have to be a Christian to clearly see that what Jesus from the Old Testament to the New Testament that the Gentiles or that preaching to the other nations, loving on the other nations included more than just the Israelites. Just like it's I mean, I don't know where they understand where it says it doesn't matter if you're Greek, if you're Jew, if you're Scythian, it doesn't matter. Like it's not about a race thing, right? It's because the Bible makes it clear it's a spiritual condition that all men have fallen short, and that Jesus, like he says, he made from um, what does it say? Like he redeemed people from every tribe, tongue, and every nation. But somehow, like they try to twist scripture and make it seem like, well, that's only just talking about the specific Hebrew
Well,
Israelites. But my point I'm trying to say is that the Bible is clear that it's not that people can be saved and people can be believed, and that the people who deserve, I mean, who should be loved and respected and reached out with the gospel are all the nations, and
well,
that's not
Carlos,
just their people.
the issue isn't the Bible, Carlos. If I guess this analogy will probably you'll probably see where I'm going with this. The people that I've spoken to that have dealt with them, they do something called dipping the Bible in chocolate. So what they after
For real.
you see where I'm going with it. So once they
Mhm.
dip it in chocolate, they can interpret it however they want to. It doesn't matter what it actually says. That has no bearing on the ideology because they have a core ideology, and the way that
Mhm.
for them to exact the ideology is through the religion. So they dip the Bible in chocolate to
Mhm.
fit their ideology, and then that's where they come up with the the excuses and the explanations and the justification for the shit that they say
Mhm.
and do, and it's stupid, right? And they
Mhm.
don't want to be called out for that, even by people who aren't Christians. You clearly see it doesn't say that. You know it doesn't say that. And you ask them and you
Mhm.
push them on that, they know it doesn't say that, because then they have to flip flop and change definitions, halfway in
Mhm.
a conversation in order for it to still stick.
Mhm. Right, exactly. And there, because here's the crazy thing. I used to hold to that theology a long time ago. And so obviously I was real ignorant and naive. And so you see a person, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, where I live at is, you know, you could say it's like the hood and whatnot. And, I had an urban background growing up and whatnot. So when you see folks like that, being a bit more articulate, being more, how can I say, well mannered, um, being more organized, getting together, and then they're standing for like some things that are righteous, you know what I mean? And when you're real naive, and which obviously we see that with a lot of people in the world today, you just quote promote some type of social justice or some type of empowerment or attach some type of liberation movement to it, and just people just start eating it up, not realizing that a lot of people tend to use that as a Trojan horse,
Yeah,
to get
I mean,
people to
I
take
don't think
people's
it's your
possession of
fault
reality.
though, because you said you were young, right? You were This was many years ago, so
Right.
they know how to prey on young, angry youth. That's kind
Mhm.
of redundant. They know how to prey on angry youth,
Right.
and
Blacks and
they
Latinos
lure.
especially.
Yeah, oh yeah, they know, and they're not stupid. They live there, and they
Mhm.
say all the right things that they need to say to you because you are means to an end, and they don't see anything wrong with that, because the ends justify the means. So even if they are pulling the wool over
Mhm.
your eyes and just fabricating stuff, it is towards their goal. And
Mhm.
they do a disservice toward people who actually believe in a religion, because now you have something on two fronts. You're trying to combat, you have a spiritual war with uh, the supernatural, spiritual war with, of course, the ultimate enemy, and then you have
Mhm.
a corporeal war with people who are, around corrupting, your religious doctrines, right? So,
Mhm.
how do you go about doing that, in the most efficacious way? Because it's like
Mhm.
you can't fight a war on two fronts.
Right. Right. And and this it just reminds me, man, like because unfortunately, obviously, like it's just sad because a lot of people are, who obviously are not Christian to begin with. It's like there's so many people who are attaching themselves to be Christian or to be of God or who are using the Bible that to a lot of people it can be confusion, especially the people who are like really not trying to understand what it is to be to what what it really teaches. And then of course what the scripture teaches is that the natural mind does not understand the things of the spirit. So a person who's not born again is only going to understand so much. And then when you see things like that, you know what I mean, where people are just they're speaking Christianese, they're using Bible terminology, and then they're using a little bit of facts here, a little bit of truth here, distorted truth here, a lot of disinformation and whatnot. Like it's so easy to confuse people. That's why Jesus, one of the first things that Jesus warned was, "Be careful lest you be deceived." And so, many false prophets will come in my name and all types of things. So and those people are just one out of like countless examples of people, who distort the message of Jesus. Because it's crazy that even most non-believers understand that, Jesus, did out of many messages he preached, even though they tend to make Jesus a liberal hippie socialist, they still have an understanding that Jesus welcomed all types of people. It didn't matter if, you were African, and that's another crazy thing too. They hate Africans, and they come. Their descendants are from African. They'll be like, we're no stinking Africans." It's
What's wrong
like,
with
yes, you guys
Africans?
are. Like, you guys are descendants of Africans, but that's another thing. But
Yeah,
like,
that's a whole another quagmire. You and I have to have a conversation about the dude I met in Houston who was telling me all about all the 12 tribes. I'm pretty sure you've seen that the poster that they
hmm
carry around about the 12 tribes, and I had to
yeah,
explain to
like I
him
said, I used
that,
to
yeah.
hold. I used to hold to that belief. I
Oh
used to
yeah,
hold
yeah,
to
yeah.
all
So
the teachings.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
my
Believe me,
bad.
man. I know, man. So
It's
yeah, it's crazy. And then the messed up thing about it is you're dealing. They get so many ignorant and naive people. So these people are like the Bible says. They're deceived by They captured the naive. They deceive the naive by smooth words. You know what I mean? And so it's like you're dealing with people who are so ignorant to begin with. They're coming from a culture that is so degenerate, and then you have people who look like them, who are obviously sounding more articulate, who are more, how can I say, who are a little bit
It's,
more smarter and educated on certain issues than them. And then they're talking about empowerment. And then they're talking about how they're being, how people are manipulating them and how the white man's trying to hold them down. And then, of course, they're flattering their nationality. You
Do
are
I
the,
hear an Al
like,
Sharpton?
what happened?
Do I hear an Al Sharpton in that?
Oh no.
no, this
Well,
this is
that's how. That's yeah. That's exactly how they are. Al Sharpton is another con man, but yeah. But basically, they do that. They flatter them, and the next thing you know, it's like, people are appealed. They end up appealing to people's pride, their nationality. They start pointing out the social justice, how we need to be empowered, how we need to be liberated. It's like there's so many versions of that. It's like like identity cults. You got the KKK with their Anglo-Saxon type of belief, or you got like the blacks with the Nation of Islam, or like even groups like the Five Percenters, even the Moorish movement, or the Kemetic spiritualists. That's it's just the thing that they're simply doing is they're taking this black nationalist, black supremacy, black liberation theology, and they're just applying it to a different belief. You have the Islam version of it, you have the so-called Christian version of it, you have the Judaism version of it, and they just fail to see that. They think like they're the ones who come, and then when you look at their economic policies, it's like so Marxist to begin with. It's like y'all don't understand. Like it's crazy. Like discernment, people need to be very discerning, and it's a scary thing because even online where so much material is filled with disinformation, you can find YouTube channels where a person will give you 80% truth, 20% lies, 50% truth, 50% lies, 90% truth, 10% lies. It's like you have to be very, very, very discerning, especially as a Christian when it comes to the things of God, and as Jesus was telling people, that people are going to purposely try to deceive people and manipulate scripture and whatnot. And so whether you're a Christian or not, man, people are it's easy to twist the word, but whatever. I don't know how we got into this conversation with
I
these
don't, I don't know either. I don't want to
black
take
Power
over.
Ranger lights.
Well, sorry about that, Tony. I don't know. We kind of went
Yeah,
off
my
on a
bad.
tangent.
My bad, man. But
It
yeah,
is
so
what it
Antonio, man,
is.
what's the moral of the story, man? Here, man, give us some points to learn from, man. Where could people learn from this situation? Because we don't just want to merely dismiss it, right? Because some people do take offense and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something that's like, you know what, I think that's a little bit too far. I personally say contact that person, because if I share something, and this happened before, somebody contact me like drag, I think that's a little bit too far, man. And even the video that I had where G-Man had shared some of his personal information inadvertently, there's a lot of atheists approached me like, hey, he's really getting bent out of shape about this. Just go ahead and hide it from your channel, at least until he calms down. If he doesn't want it shown, then even if he did it by accident, that's still just respect the man's wishes. And I agree with him. So if if that is you know if that is something that is a bit beyond like the like the YMCA thing we got here, then I think that you're full deserving of asking somebody to say, hey, I think you need to dial it back just a bit.
Now, as far as this whole thing is concerned, if there was like some like joke to it, and that was if that was the original pic I had seen, I wouldn't have even had an issue with this thing, honestly. If that was the original pic I saw, I wouldn't have had an issue with it at all, because there's more than just people on our side on the pig. So I will grant the point that there are certain things that can be looked at in a joking manner. But one thing I still think that's unresolved in this whole deal is how certain things are looked at and how certain things will be responded to if we had said the same things like what I said earlier. If somebody said Fiona wouldn't know scientific director female genitalia off, there's no way that if any of us said that we'd hear the end of it. There's no way. You can call it a figure of speech or not. Like Hannah said earlier, there's no way any of us would have been able to say that and just get away with it. Under the rug, no, there's no chance. But like when Jade says that about true empiricism, well, it's just a figure of speech. That's not a big deal.
I mean, everyone has their sensibilities. I try not to tell people where they should have their sensibilities at. If someone says something harsh to me, 9 times out of 10, I expect it because I say harsh things to other people. Um, I think that's kind of one of the interesting things about this dynamic. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm catching a cold. That's why I sound like this. Um, it it's hard to gauge the feedback of an entire, quote unquote community, because all of us are individuals. Even though a lot of us seem and like we're in collusion with one another, because Hannah and I disagree on a lot of things. People may not notice it, but we do. Um, let's see, me and Steve McCrae will agree on more than Hannah and I would, but there's some issues where Steve and I don't see eye to eye, and then the same thing with Sam. And like you could just keep going down the list, and even though we may all laugh at a particular meme or look at a scenario a particular way, doesn't mean that we all necessarily feel the same way about it. So I would definitely caution to qualify that.
But tell me, give me and well, whether you're honest or not, I don't know if you answer this, but tell me if any one of us would have said, Fiona doesn't know scientific director PUSSY off, if any one of us would have said that, those who tend to be associated with the clown car posse, tell me that would have been just swept under the rug.
Oh no, it wouldn't have been swept on the rug. It'd have been looked at with quite some disdain, depending on who you ask. I don't think anyone would have just gone, oh, it's whatever. No, I don't think that's a fair assessment. I think there would have been quite a few people who would have latched onto it and held onto it for a while others would have gone,
Exactly.
kind of okay. But to say who and who would and how they would have responded to it, I think that's a bit of a stretch for me, because I don't know.
I think the vast majority, if not all of them, would have, made a huge deal out of it. But she says it about TE, and it's virtually swept under the rug. Nobody made no huge blow up about that.
Well, is it the genitalia thing that's the issue, or the scientific illiteracy? Because people could be responding to.
I'm sorry, man. Well, you can talk about his understanding of science. That's one thing, but I'm talking about you can look at it as like stuff like the genitalia thing. You can look at that and see the responses would have been entirely different. You can look at that, or I just think it's a number of different statements in general that would have been looked at totally different. But especially that one would have been looked at entirely different, and it was looked at entirely different. So I mean, my question is, why can certain things be said that doesn't get exposed like that on your side, but if one of us said the same thing, it would have been blown up?
No, I think there is a certain degree of bias when it comes to things that your friends say. It's just why I really don't expect y'all to just all of a sudden see our position on what we see as true dishonesty. And none of us are immune from bias at all. I don't think I'd ever
That's
make that
true.
statement.
But I
But
don't think you would ever find any of us justifying something as any female's genitalia getting dragged off. I don't think you ever hear any of us justifying or sweeping that under the rug. There's
yeah,
no
and
chance.
I think that because it is a quite vulgar statement, you guys will probably focus more on the fact that it is vulgar. Well, for me, for instance, and this is why I can only speak for me, I don't latch on to the vulgarness of the statement. I latch on to the context of it. And the context is just to illustrate scientific illiteracy, and that's why it won't affect. That's why you really won't hear anything from me, is because I'm not focusing on the really derogatory portion of it.
But a lot of women are sensitive about that very thing, about their parts, of course. So you telling me that you wouldn't even talk about that at all? You wouldn't just go beyond the context of the science part, and you wouldn't focus on that sensitivity?
No, I mean, that person's sensitivity is not really my issue. If I'm saying something to be hurtful, then I've accomplished my goal. If it is just kind of a colloquialism that I just so happen to say, then I'm also not really concerned with it, because it is something I simply say without a lot of thought. And I have quite a few, sayings like that I've had to kind of correct, because I forget the company that I'm in. But I think in this case, it was meant to be derogatory. It was meant to be so something that was actually said in anger, if I'm not mistaken.
But would you say anything about I don't think you would. I
No,
don't
probably not.
know.
I mean, no, I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I agree. I probably wouldn't say, because, like I said, I don't focus on the vulgarity of statements. I focus on the context of it. But if it was just completely like calling, T's mother, a Bavarian hooker, that sells herself every Thursday, like, certain stuff kind of like, all right, that's still going a little bit too far, like because you've lost the context of what you were trying to say. If you're just trying to be insulting, then I hone in on the vulgarity of it. But in that particular case, the vulgarity kind of took a side seat to the context of scientific illiteracy.
Well, it took a side seat to you and to a number of others on your side, because I mean, if it's a guy who, in your opinion, is getting science wrong, yeah, just look at the context, right? Um, but if one of us would have said the same thing about a lady, it wouldn't have just been looked at as a contextual issue.
No, and I think it plays a big role with your religious affiliation too, because you don't expect a Christian to say that. Which, in all honesty, we should hold people, I guess, on quote unquote our side to the same standard, and that is something that I can admit that maybe that is something that should be looked at. But then again, it depends on the audience. If I'm looking to be insulting toward a particular audience, then it is what it is. But if it is something that I'm trying to create this amicable, area in which people can, discuss stuff without drama, then there should be more of an effort to remain unbiased and to try and take the high road as best as possible.
Okay, I'm reading some of these messages here. Hold on.
Yeah, the same as sciences would like a link. You wanted me to ask you.
Hold on a sec. Okay, I'm sent multiple the link, and let me see if I can find Sam somewhere in here. Okay, let me see. All right.
But overall, I think if something somebody has said has you know offended somebody to that point, I think they need to hash it out, one on one. Not without me, not with you, not with anybody else. It's just that person. That's why if I have an issue with G-Man, I have his phone number. I have his Skype. I know how to get in contact with him. Rather than trying to, you know, uh, go through all these other channels. Because I mean, if he has, and G-Man's done this, in the past, where he said, so and so's posting this, is this acceptable? And I look at it, I go, you know what, that's a little bit too far. Let me actually say something about that. And I mean, I'm not beyond doing that.
Yeah, I think a lot of things should be done directly one on one. There's no question about that. I can't tell you how many trolls I've gotten commenting on my videos trying to say, well, G-Man said this in a certain hangout and you let it go by. And then I'm like, well, you are an adult. If you have an issue, then why don't you just tell G-Man? And then they'll say something, well, G-Man has me blocked or he's not answering my messages. Well, oh, I'm sorry, that's not my problem.
I mean,
Like,
are you his keeper? I'll say, are you his keeper?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they tried to get me as a third party to say something to him when they have the issue. Like, if he's not responding to you, then why is that supposed to be my issue? And I've gotten
I guess
tons of trolls on my videos doing that crap that I've blocked.
it may be because they believe you're just kind of co-signing on what was being said. I like to say, I don't know the context, so I can only assume.
All right, so multiples in here. Did you have something to say about this, man?
Mic check. Uh-oh. He must
He's
have
probably
It's
probably
probably
loaded.
having either that or having a mobile issue. It's like the mobile has been, as of late, very, very bad.
Oh, yeah, because sometimes you lose about half of your hangout.
Yeah, right? So, multiple, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay, so I was just asking,
What's
did you have something to say about this? You want the link?
About hold on, were you guys talking?
So you don't know what the discussion's about?
Cole, I came in because I wanted to ask Trust in Jesus about modalism because we were talking about the other day. We seem to be, and I was just I knew some Presbyterians and I asked them about this, and they made a pretty good argument for modalism. But I remember Trust in Jesus said it was heresy, so I just wanted to get his perspective on it. So I was listening to the conversation before, but I just wanted to get some just get a little education on why it was considered to be heresy. So
Now we definitely can talk about that after this hangout, so that way we don't change the topic. But what I'll do in the meantime,
yeah, definitely.
what I'll do, and I appreciate you coming to talk to me about that. So yeah, what I'll do in the meantime though is start gathering some stuff for that conversation right now as I'm on mute.
So what I heard was Trust in Jesus agreed with modalism, and
Oh
he's
hell
going to
no.
go find more references on it.
Oh heck no! I definitely disagree, and so do Presbyterians. I mean, Presbyterians don't believe in modalism. Maybe I think he probably meant oneness Pentecostal, right? That's what you meant.
I'm
Maybe.
sorry, yeah, Pentecostal. Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Pentecostal.
yeah, oneness, specifically oneness, because Orthodox Pentecostals don't hold to modalism. It's only oneness. But yeah, all right, for sure. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Pentecostals scare me.
Scare me too.
Grew up in a Pentecostal
I
church.
don't. Yeah, I don't really think there's much more to talk about. Here's what I'll say. Um, if this was just a joke, which it seems it was just a joke, then I'll retract much of my earlier statements I made about Jade and about you too, Heavy Holler. I will give my apologies for that. If it was just a joke, then it's not a big deal. I can move on. With that being said, I still think there's a lot of hypocrisy in how things are said on both sides and how they're looked at. And that's pretty much all I got to say at this point. But yeah, there's nothing for me to ask, so I'm just going to take this off air.
Well, I